Hello children, in the last lecture we had done till question number 8.2. Okay, in fact 8.2 was the homework for you. Now let us proceed to the next question. So this is the fourth lecture, complex numbers continuation. Question number 8.3, find the amplitude of the complex number. Okay, so here I have got sine 6 pi upon 5 plus I in bracket 1 minus cos 6 pi upon 5. Okay, so clearly it is a plus ib form. Okay, a plus ib form where your a is this, okay, sine 6 pi upon 5, and your b is 1 minus cos 6 pi upon 5. That means this is the real part, this is the imaginary part. Okay, and we are looking for the amplitude. Okay, and you know that amplitude is given as this. Okay, so amplitude of z is equal to tan inverse b upon a. So in our question, b is 1 minus cos 6 pi upon 5 and our a is sine 6 pi upon 5. Okay, so we will substitute the values. Clear? Okay, so after substituting we got this. Clear? Now we got to simplify these. Okay, so the numerator can be simplified further. Okay, and we have got formula for this. That formula will be taught in chapter 6. Okay, we would do it in chapter 6 in detail. Okay, so check this first formula that I have written over here. Cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, so if I take this minus 2 sine square theta on the left, okay, and I take this cos 2 theta on the right, okay, so what I will get? I will get I will get 2 sine square theta equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Okay, so here we have something like that. Okay, 1 minus cos 6 pi upon 5. That means I have 1 minus cos 2 times, okay, 2 times 3 pi upon 5. Okay, so then we'll get 2 sine square 3 pi upon 5. Here I have written the reason for it. Okay, from the first formula, okay, from the first formula you can see that cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Similarly, cos 2 into one angle, here in place of theta what we have? 3 pi by 5. So cos 2 into 3 pi by 5 equal to 1 minus 2 sine square 3 pi by 5. Okay, so here what we have? 1 minus cos 6 pi, no? Cos 6 pi upon 5. So from this first formula I can get that 2 sine square 3 pi upon 5 is equal to 1 minus cos 6 pi by 5. Okay, that's why this numerator has been replaced by 2 sine square 3 pi upon 5. Okay, and in denominator what we have? Sine 6 pi upon 5. So this can be expanded using this third formula. Okay, if you have something sine 2 theta, then that would be equal to 2 sine theta into cos theta. So here this sine 6 pi means sine 2 times 3 pi by 5. Okay, so in the next step what I can do is this can be expanded and it can be written 2 times sine 3 pi upon 5 into cos 3 pi upon 5. Here I have written the reason. Okay, because sine 2 times 3 pi by 5 equal to 2 times sine 3 pi upon 5 into cos 3 pi by 5. Now what happens from the numerator? Okay, 2 sine 3 pi by 5 and from denominator 2 sine 3 pi by 5, they get cancelled. So we are left with 3 sine 3 pi by 5 upon cos 3 pi upon 5. Okay, that means we are left with this much. This means what? Tan 3 pi upon 5. Okay, now there is one property. Okay, by that property, if you have tan inverse and then against tan, okay, then only that angle is written down. Okay, the answer is that particular angle. Okay, So that's why tan inverse tan 3 pi by 5 means 3 pi by 5. Okay, reason I have written tan inverse tan theta is always equal to theta. This will be taught in class 12. Okay, so you don't have to go in much further detail. Okay, now let us come to this next question. Question number 9 2. Okay, here it's given that if a plus ib upon c plus id is equal to p plus iq, okay, then we got to prove that p square plus q square is equal to a square plus b square upon c square plus d square. Okay, if you observe something over here, the proving part, okay, whatever we have to prove, no, just take a look over here. Here you can see it's a p square plus q square, okay, and here it's a square plus b square plus this. So if you see this complex number, okay, if I take mod of this, what I'll get? A square root p square plus q square. Yes, check over here. If I take mod of this a plus ib, then what I'll get? I mean to say modulus. Okay, so if I take modulus of this, what I'll get? Square root of a square plus b square. Down, if I take modulus, I'll get c square, square root of c square plus d square. Okay, so let us see how we can prove. Okay, so here question given to us is this. Okay, that a plus ib upon c plus id is equal to p plus iq. Now using this, okay, whatever operation we have to do, okay, whatever calculation we have to do, it has to be done on this. Okay, and then from here we have to get this. Okay, so this is given to us. So what I'm doing, taking modulus both the sides. Okay, so when I take modulus both the side, I will write it in this form. Clear? Now in next step, what will happen? This modulus is for the whole, okay, numerator as well as denominator. But we know there is a property, okay, of modulus. What does that property says? That if we have z1 and z2 complex numbers, and it's written z upon z, it should be z2 over here. Okay, when you're copying, please correct this. Okay, so z1 upon z2, okay, whole modulus, then that is equal to modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. Okay, that's why in the next step this modulus is only for the numerator and this modulus is for the denominator. Okay, and in the next step, very simple, modulus of this will be a square root of a square plus b square upon square root of c square plus d square is equal to square root of p square plus q square. Okay, because you know that if we have got a complex number z is equal to a plus ib, then modulus is given as this. Clear? Now what we'll do, we will take the squares both the sides. Okay, so squaring both the side, we will get the desired result. Okay, now let us come to the next topic. Okay, so before we move on to the next question, we need to write down some formula. Okay, here the formula is for square root of a complex number. Okay, square root of complex number. So suppose I have a complex number z is equal to a plus ib. Okay, like if I ask you what is the square root of 4, then you will say it's 2. Square root of 9, then 3. So same way, this is a number, okay, but it's a complex number. Clear? And we are looking for the square root of it, so there must be some formula for it. Okay, so we have got two cases for this. Okay, so suppose you have a complex number z is equal to a plus ib. Okay, then we, in order to find the square root, we have got two formula for finding the square root depending on the nature of b. Okay, case 1, if b is greater than 0, okay, if value of b is greater than 0, in that case a square root of the complex number will be equal to this, plus minus 1 upon square root of 2, okay, and whole bracket inside square root of a plus square root of a square plus b square plus I, okay, then square root of inside the root square root of a square plus b square minus a. Okay, so you have to remember this formula. Okay, both the cases you have to remember. So this is the case when b is greater than 0. So if I have a complex number, okay, where b is greater than 0, in that case we will use this to find the square root. Next case is b is less than 0. So if you have a complex number where the b part is less than 0, in that case root will be given by this formula, plus minus 1 upon square root of 2, and open in the whole bracket you have to write square root of a plus square root of a square plus b square minus I, okay, square root of, again inside square root of a square plus b square minus this. So the only difference over, you see that this minus sign here, okay, if it is b, if b is less than 0 then minus is over here, okay, if b is greater than 0 then means this, okay. So that means if b is positive then plus over here, if b is negative then minus is over here. Rest you can compare, it same, this part is same as this and this part is same as this, okay. Now let us come to the question. Question number 10, find the square root of each of the following. Here the first question is minus 2i. So this is a complex number, z is equal to minus 2i. If I want to write in a plus ib, then I can write 0 minus 2i, okay. So here a is 0 and b is minus 2, and minus 2 is what? Less than 0. So in that case we have to use case 2, okay. This formula has to be used, okay. So using this formula, square root of z will be written as this, square root symbol and z, and inside that you will write 0 minus 2i, because z is equal to 0 minus 2i, okay, where 0 is the a, minus 2 is the b, okay. Now since your b is minus 2 less than 0, so this formula is going to be used, okay. So plus minus 1 upon square root and square root, then we'll write a, this a. So here in our question a is what? 0, so 0, okay. Then plus, written plus, then square root a square plus b square, so 0 square plus minus 2 square minus I, okay. So similarly you see the formula, substitute the values, okay, and evaluate it, okay, and you will get plus minus 1 minus I, okay. So this is the square root of the minus 2i, okay. Next question number 2, 3 plus 4i, okay. So here complex number is z is equal to 3 plus 4i. Here a is 3, b is 4, 4 is greater than 0, okay. So case 1, the first formula will be used over here, okay, that means plus over here, okay. So substitute the values, okay, and evaluate, you will get the answer, okay. It's quite simple. Your question, this part 3 and part 4, okay, these two have been left as homework for you, okay. So this is all for today.